Cleveland Clinic, Florida provides individualized treatment plans for excellent outcomes of health problems ranging from the most common to the most complex, even in cases considered untreatable by others. Cleveland Clinic, Florida. Every life deserves world-class care.
It's the After the Show podcast, precious.
We don't care, we're about to swear on the air. It's the After the Show, so tune in if you dare. KVJ, get your skate every single day. It's uncensored. We can say what we want to say.
Yeah, hello and welcome to the KVJ After the Show podcast. Very nice. Here we go. Happy Tuesday. Yeah, in it. We were talking at the end about artists that actually might be arguably more popular past their time of recording current music. Maybe they died. Maybe the band broke up. Somebody argued Bob Marley.
Yeah.
Maybe.
Yeah, maybe.
It's hard for us because we weren't alive back then.
Right.
Yeah, I think it was like the, 1970s, somewhere around there. He was cranking out the hits in the 70s.
I'm over here squawking about Queen like I fucking know what was going on back in the 70s. I don't know shit.
Yeah, I remember a little bit. I was really young when they were I remember Radio Gaga and some of the tail end stuff, but as far as, Bohemian Rhapsody and some of those, I wasn't.
Well, I just know when I was
then.
when I was 16 in high school, Queen was popular. They came out with classic Queen, then they came out with their greatest hits, and people were excited, but it wasn't holy shit balls. Although when Bohemian Rhapsody came out for a second time during Wayne's World, they did get a resurgence during that time. I think Bohemian Rhapsody's been in the top 10 3 different times in the States.
Yeah, it has. Yeah, it's
insane.
crazy.
That
Yeah,
is
so
crazy.
You could arguably say that. Somebody said Aerosmith never had a number one, but popular after. The only thing I would say about Aerosmith was when they were doing Dream On and Back in the Saddle and some of those, that was before my time. But then when I got in high school, they had a resurgence after Walk This Way. And I think they really had some drug problems, and I think Steven Tyler got kind of cleaned up enough to at least be able to put Aerosmith back together.
There's a two-part story of Aerosmith.
Yes.
Yeah, and so when they did round two, where they did Angel and Crying and all of the songs, they were much more popular then. They were all over MTV, and
With
when
Craig,
MTV played,
Crazy and Crying.
Yeah, because they had Alicia Silverstone. Remember that in all their videos, along with Liv
Tyler.
Tyler. Yeah, so they were massively, and that was the peak of their popularity.
Armageddon came out, and that was basically, oh my gosh, because they had that big hit.
They did. They had a massive hit. But then when you go Pansy Rock, it's hard to go back from that. They really didn't have anything after that.
they did double down on
When you
Pansy
double down
Rock.
on Pansy Rock and you're a rock band,
They had a song called Jaded, and they had a song called Pink, and both of those songs are fantastic.
Okay.
And that was right after that time.
Okay. Yeah, it didn't seem like they hit as hard as some of the other stuff. All right, got some emails here today. Anthony said, "What is up with the studio? Looks like Jason has moved in. Totally trashed. Bad look."
Oh.
Well, none of this stuff is mine, so I got all my stuff out. We had to move the closet. All my stuff is gone. Everything here is either Kevin Virginia's or anyone else here.
Yeah.
There's a lot of this is you, Kev.
Yeah.
And if you want some of this shit, Virginia, you can take it. But
I took a bunch of stuff already.
I know people they've been all on the chat and text me. This fucking looks terrible. Bird looks like your room. It ain't my shit, motherfucker. So step off.
Yeah. I'll this weekend I'll get the car up here and grab a couple of the frame stuff. The coat rack.
That's going to stay here because we have to have a couple things for our, we have a few costumes here. There's a few things that are going to stay, but we can't probably move the costume rack and all that until all this stuff's out. So once all this stuff's out, we'll be able to organize a little bit better.
Okay, so we're bringing in a full-time costume rack to the
No,
studio?
we'll put that in Denny's room.
Oh, okay. Yeah, we'll get it cleaned up. We definitely could use a cleanup around here, so thanks for noticing. We'll work on that.
People get weird. There was a balloon that was over your head It was a birthday balloon from, I guess someone's had a birthday and we didn't take it down in time. And there was 3 motherfuckers who would not stop emailing me about it. It was bothering them so bad. Bird, you got to get that fucking balloon down. What is going on here?
I get it.
And I kept it up because they kept annoying me.
Sometimes you just get OCD about something. You're like, the balloon.
I never noticed it. Like, you got to get that balloon from Kevin.
Let's see. Also, a couple of comments. So we had an email wanting to know if it was okay to take a 6-year-old to a 21 Pilots concert. What were your thoughts on that? And Rachel had said, Kevin, 21 Pilots is heading to Odyssey Fest on December 4th. A 6-year-old should not be at this show. If this is the one they're talking about, I think this is the only time that 21 Pilots is coming to South Florida. People are going to be drinking from early on. It's not an arena. It's not at, AAA. It's not, I think, amphitheater. I think it's pretty much just right on the beach. Bad idea. It's not a good venue for a 6-year-old. Needs to be reconsidered. Yeah, most people were saying that a concert, it's not that 21 Pilots is bad.
Right. We weren't saying it against them.
It's just saying that, it's a kind of a chaotic atmosphere. And a kid that young, keep in mind their ears. I know a lot of times, too, maybe it's going to be loud. So.
And the people that wanted to take the kid weren't the parents. So the kid was going to be at the show without his parents.
Yeah.
There was somebody else that was going to be watching their kid for them. And I think 6 is way too young.
It wasn't at all an attack on 21 Pilots.
No, not at all. Yeah, it's not the thought. But yeah, that Odyssey Fest is going to be good, though. But yeah, that's a day long. That's a whole weekend thing that they got going on. If you love alternative music, that's a pretty good show. They got 21 Pilots, the Lumineers, Modest Mouse, Bleachers, Glass Animals, Steve Aoki, day 1. Day 2 is Weezer, AJR, Lil Nas X, Bastille, All Time Low, Youngblood, Walk the Moon, Cold War Kids, Swedish House Mafia, and Nessa Barrett.
Wow.
Yeah.
Weezer, man, you can't say they ain't a working band.
No, and you know what? The thing that's great about Weezer, they come to South Florida.
They do. There's a lot of alternative bands me and Kev really like that never come down here.
Yeah, they have to have a festival, and so this is a radio company's festival that's putting it on. And so they got a good lineup. But other than that, if it's a festival, I'm looking at all the artists, and there's not many alternative. And you can't get the Foo Fighters down here for nothing.
I wonder why that is.
It's because it's tough. Because, we're a big dangling dick on America.
Dick state.
That you have to, they'll usually play Tampa, Orlando, maybe before they come down here. But keep in mind, it's a one-way down and out.
Right.
So you're driving probably 3 hours one way in and out. So it's 6 hours. There's not many other places in America where you drive just 6 hours. And keep in mind, their next stop is not going to be going right back to Orlando. If they come down from Jacksonville, you're coming down 5.5, 6 hours for a show, and then you're driving out anywhere from 6 to 10.
It's a lot.
Yeah, and so it's just a massive pain in the ass. It's not like being in Chicago or one of those cities where you just, in another 3 or 4 hours, we're from Kansas City to St. Louis. So that's why we get shafted on a lot of concerts, unfortunately.
We are a big dangling dick, though.
Yeah. Just look at the map.
Big old donkey dick.
Mm-hmm.
I played ball with a guy, Donkey Dick Davis.
I
That was his
mean,
name.
Well, that was his nick, Donkey Dick Davis.
Assume he was hung.
He was hung. That was the rumor.
you never saw it?
I never saw Donkey Dick.
See, if a man wants you to call him Donkey Dick, he's kind of got to prove it.
Yeah, but here's the thing, though. He didn't give himself that name. Other people, they called him Donkey Dick Davis.
And did those people see his penis?
I believe they did because Donkey Dick was local. He grew up in that area.
Okay.
Wow.
I mean, you're right, though. If you are Donkey Dick and no one's seen it and you don't have a Donkey Dick, that's tough to live up to, man.
I agree.
Mm-hmm.
Nor should you be giving a guy that kind of respect until you've seen his dick.
Agreed.
Okay.
Where's that guy
I was
today?
going to say, I wonder what Donkey Dick Davis is doing now.
Do you know his real name?
I do.
Porn.
Porn. I'll look him up.
He's killing it on YouPorn.
And somebody said, regarding the 21 Pilots concert, I took my 6-year-old son to an Aaron Carter concert back in the day. He fell asleep during the first song.
Aw,
Yeah.
that's funny.
Okay. Got Nick in Melbourne saying, in regards to movie theaters needing to change, I went in to see Halloween Kills a couple weeks ago in a theater. It's completely empty except for me. But then 30 minutes into the movie, a group of 5 girls came in laughing and talking.
Oh, boy.
Movie is 30 minutes in. They sort of quieted down for a while after opening their loud cellophane-wrapped confections. But then they started taking selfies. I took about 5 selfies with the flash on. I didn't want to be a Karen and go to the manager, but they were ruining my movie-going experience, and I definitely would have been better off watching it at home. It is not the movie theaters that are killing movies, it's the people. I think people have forgotten how to behave in a theater.
I mean, that's an element for sure.
Yeah. You're always going to have an element of youth that goes wild.
The problem is there's just too many elements against the theater. They've got, okay, you've got people in the mix. You also have expensive tickets. You also have expensive concession stand.
Totally.
And then the people, like you said the other day, they like the comfort of their own home.
Right. More and more people do.
Well, I saw that the Sopranos prequel, it was okay. I'm glad I didn't see it in the theater.
You would have been pissed if you went to
Yeah.
the theater and paid all that money and took all that time.
Because if I'm at the theater, I got to get a fucking shit ton of snacks.
Oh, I know you do. Mm-hmm. Jumbo popcorn.
I gotta get the jumbo, even when I know I'm not gonna eat it all. I gotta get the jumbo popcorn because they go, "Hey, we can refill it for $1 or more. You can get a gargantuan side. We refill it." Like, oh shit, fuck yeah!
Of course.
so big that 3 guys got to help you carry it to your seat.
Well, I never even finish it, and then they always get me on that refill stuff.
Did you see if you want to eat something that has no nutritional value, Cinnabon selling those pints of their cream cheese frosting again this year? You can go get.
Oh, it's so good.
That's yummy, man. They have a good frosting.
You're not eating that to get any health benefit whatsoever. You're there to. That's when everything's crashing down in your life, and you go, "Give me the fucking frosting."
What food do you think has the least nutritional value? Because it's got to be either that icing nougat.
Yeah.
Feels like it would be up there. Like, what are you getting out of that?
The black crunchy things in the ice cream cake.
The Carvel Black Crunchies.
Oh, there's no way those are good for you, but shit, man, those are good.
They're legit.
Yeah. What are you getting out of that?
Me and Denny were talking. There is a part of a cake though. We don't know why they still make it. It's a frosting, but it doesn't have much of a taste to it, and it's more waxy. A lot of times you'll see it on the big flour part of the cake. It's not full on frosting, but it's edible. But it tastes like
You're talking
shit.
about fondant.
It's fondant.
It's like it's a rolled out layer that you can put over a cake to make it smooth.
Yeah, there's a type of frosting that's on a lot of cakes. It's shit, and I don't know why they still do it.
I like a thin fondant if it's got a layer of regular frosting under it.
Yeah,
It's got to be kept moist.
fancy ass is way off on this one. Fondant is fuck.
You feel like you're tricked.
Well, yeah, I'm trying to get down on, oh, this is a great tasting flour. Shit, that.
Yeah.
No, it's not.
Yeah. Wooden Stash Dave said, yeah, it's edible, but barely.
It's edible, but barely. Wooden Stash gets this shit.
Yeah. Yeah, it does. It looks great. But yeah, it's not worth the trade-off.
Why are you doing that to us?
Give me a sloppy, delicious cake over a neat, barely edible one.
Modern day times, and we're doing that? Well, no, fuck that.
Yeah, I feel like we're doing it wrong on that one. Doesn't feel like the way to go. Eric here has got a question. He's a daily smoker, and he's always wondered what type of pieces or accoutrements Jaybird and Denny's used to smoke out of.
Oh, that's a good question. Denny's!
Now, what is your imbibing apparatus?
Preferred method of toking it up.
I would think I've seen those little the pen things. You don't do anything except just take a hit on it. It's like you don't have to pack anything. You don't have to light anything.
Yeah,
That seems like that's a dream.
There is, it depends on, I think everyone's got their preference. Some people are very old school and they like just the regular, devil's lettuce in a bowl or in a joint form. I like it in a bowl, but Denny's loves a dab.
Yeah, I like dab.
What is a dab? What's a dab exactly?
So
People don't
dab
know.
would be the type of, it's concentrated marijuana.
Okay.
It's just so what they do is they take a whole vat of leftover. A lot of the times they use the shake stuff that's left over from packaging it, and they take all of that and they boil it essentially.
Okay.
And they take the goop that comes from that, and it's a concentrated version of all of that.
Okay.
So the concentrates have gotten kind of big in the game. There's many ways you can smoke them.
How do you do a dab? How do you consume a dab?
So there's a bunch of ways, but the way I would always recommend is through a bong, just because you get the water filtration, and it makes it so much smoother because dabs are real powerful. So, I mean, you probably need some sort of filtration.
And the
Okay.
reason why you would do that is because you don't now, if you do one dab versus constantly smoking out of a bowl, one dab, if you do it right, can do you a real nice like.
Well, so
Okay, just one good solid
one
dab.
good solid dab instead of constantly going to the bowl.
How long does that take before you just don't feel it anymore? Like you are like, okay, it's out of my system. Like I did a dab. How long does it stay?
Someone's getting pot curious again.
I am.
Oh, look
No,
at this.
I definitely am.
Someone's getting-
I need some answers here. I'm like everybody else.
So the dabs.
For Ralston, he's fucked for a minute.
Yeah, I wouldn't put you in a dab.
Don't go that way
Yeah,
first.
no,
Not
no,
yet.
I'm not. Yeah.
Not yet, but
Yeah.
we'll get you there.
Yeah.
Well, so just to put things in perspective, so a lot of the vape pens, that seems to be the one that everybody loves these days because you can carry them around on you, and like you said, you don't have to pack them. You just take rips and you're good.
Yeah.
Those are probably, I mean, they're a little bit more than regular THC, so I'd put those in probably like the 30% range of THC.
Okay.
Regular, if you smoke weed the old school way through a joint or through a bowl,
Yeah.
you're probably getting like 23 to 27% THC.
Okay.
When you're doing dabs, I mean, you're getting about 87% THC.
Damn.
Yeah,
Okay.
it's a humongous jump. So, like I said, I would not recommend that for anyone who's just
rookie,
getting
yeah.
into it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, you would take
Yeah,
one hit of a dab and you would be lost in a Grateful Dead concert.
I think the last round
Yeah.
I got was 87%.
What?
I mean, we're talking, there's not much more to go. The ceiling's only so high.
I think
Yeah.
you'd kill Kevin with that.
Yeah.
You would be high for 4 hours. You would be high, really high for 4 hours.
and you would eat your arm.
You would have
Yeah.
the most uncontrollable munchies ever. You would eat a gallon of ice cream. I just know it.
It's too much.
It would be way too powerful in your body.
And dab's a thing where you got to pick your moments for that. You can't,
Yeah.
you see what I'm saying? You want to do a dab before you're going to go speak in front of somebody.
Yeah.
Because
You have to map out. No, I've got.
You're
5
watching
hours
television.
where I don't have to do anything.
Maybe at the end of the evening, you're going to chill out.
Be perfect for that. You're done with your day.
So how do you deal with it if you do a dab or something like that and something comes up and it's like, hey, you got to go take care of this? Like,
That-
what the hell do you do?
That happened. I told you this story. We were working at Wild 95.5. It was like 3:30 in the afternoon, and I
Yeah.
had taken an edible.
Yeah.
And for whatever reason, our boss wanted us in to the studio, so my friend had to take me there.
Oh my
And
gosh.
not only did they bring me to the studio, I'm freaking out, and our boss Dave Denver comes in to have a heart-to-heart conversation with me. So, Jason, what's going on in your life right
What
now?
a nightmare.
I'm like, oh my gosh, he knows. That's why he's talking. He didn't know. It was a coincidence.
Oh,
and it was
my gosh.
the biggest anxiety. I felt like I was in, again, not to use the same reference, but on the bus of speed, and the bomb was going to go
Yeah.
off at any moment. Yeah. It just was such an intense moment.
Yeah.
And then our other boss, Chris Marino, he's like, all right, Jaybird, come on, let's do a break together live on the air.
What?
Like, no. And he did. I was on the air, and he's asking me all these questions like, yep. Nope. Yeah. Stop. Go.
Go.
Terrible. So yeah, when that does happen, it's fucking awful.
It sucks. That's when when the cops took those edibles and then they end up calling the police on themselves because they were so high.
That- if you-
That's
my
the type of stuff that
gosh.
happens when you have too much pot.
Kevin, if you've never
wow.
heard that, it's hilarious.
What
happened?
This cop gets these edibles from somebody, he arrested or whatever, and him and his wife take the edibles, they eat them, and
They eat too much though.
they eat way too much, and they call 911, and the whole thing's recorded, and he's going, oh my gosh, I can't believe. Yeah, we're pretty sure we're dead. We
Because
think
my
we're
heart
dead.
is not beating.
My heart is not beating.
We're pretty sure we're dead.
Yeah. It's all
And
recorded.
it goes on for 4 minutes long.
We're pretty sure we're dead.
And the wife's
Oh
agreeing
my
with him.
Yeah, we're dead.
Yeah, well, we're dead.
We're definitely dead.
That's where you don't want to go.
That's what I said.
So how do you ever know like how much like pot or whatever it is you're taking to take so that you don't wind up way too high? Or is it just you don't know, you roll the dice and
It's kind of like alcohol. You get used to what your tolerance is. And as
Okay.
you, just like, kind of like alcohol, as you get used to it, you can start doing a little more.
Okay.
So, and then you
I
get to a
got
point
you.
where you're pretty regulated on what you're.
Yeah, okay.
You
See,
know
now
what you're-
And
this
of
is
course,
it.
do this responsible.
Sure, yeah. Well, I think that was the biggest thing I was wondering. Like, if you get high, then it's like, okay, because it's different than being drunk, right? Or being buzzed from alcohol.
Well, you've been high before in your time.
Yeah, I have, but it's been like a while. And I remember that just it feels a little bit more like I'm locked in a cage than if I'm drinking.
me-
And maybe it's because I'm just more used to drinking.
For
For
me, the weed's a little bit more cerebral. I kind of start getting more in my head with weed when alcohol makes me more sociable. I want to go
Yeah.
out, or I want to. Hey, but when weed's a little bit more, I don't know, just more in my head. Does that?
Yeah.
What are your thoughts on that?
Yeah, I do consider them a lot different because, I mean, they do mess you up for a little bit. Pot, I think, definitely relaxes you. I mean, they both relax you.
In different ways.
In different ways, yeah. They both are
Okay.
kind of in the same category. I find that alcohol can mess me up way more.
Oh,
Yeah.
Pot wears off, which is great. Alcohol, I feel like, takes a few hours.
all my horror stories are all alcohol.
Yes.
Yeah.
same here.
It wasn't pot that brought us down at the Crazy Horse.
No.
That was shot,
Heat
not
wave-
pot.
Heat Wave 33 nailed it. It's so simple for you. If you really are going down this road, start small, Kev. Yeah, start
Yeah,
small.
start
Oh
That's
yeah.
it.
Yeah, but that's just even then, like knowing how much, because you don't want to. I would never want to wind up in a situation be like, oh my gosh, I am way too high. Because I had been there when we did that. I took just 2 rips in Portland
Oh, that's right.
off of that, and I'm like 2 hits, like that's going to be nothing. And holy crap! I mean, I was massively high for I think 12 hours. I couldn't believe it.
Yeah.
Yeah, the edibles are tricky because you're a person that you put a lot of food in your stomach, and if you have something in your system, edibles are going to hit you differently. I know if
Yeah.
I'm going to take an edible, I'm not putting much in my stomach because I want to feel the effect.
Yeah.
I'd say the best is the vape pen, only because you can regulate it so easily.
But he's got them BALs, he's got them bitch ass
Yeah.
lungs.
Yeah, I'm trying to stay away from that if that's the case.
Understood.
So, yeah, so we'll see. I have a feeling that probably more and more people, as it gets easier to get marijuana, you can get the card. It sounds
Yeah.
like you just go and you talk to somebody, and it sounds like a lot of people are many people denied from getting the card?
Not that I've heard.
I wonder what the odds
it's,
are.
It's an
No.
alternative medicine. So, I mean, if the
Yeah.
doctor wants to try to, a lot of the times the doctors are trying to get people off prescriptions, and alternative medicines have really, I think, been shown in a positive light lately.
Yeah.
So-
And all you have to do is go in there and say, I have anxiety. Like,
Yeah,
they
or
will
tell
give
them
it
what-
to you just for anxiety.
Really?
Tell them what you
Okay.
want too, because I mean, it does work for a lot of things.
Yeah, I think you have legit things where you could sit down and
Where
tell
you
me.
could
I know
absolutely
you well
qualify.
enough where I could sit. I mean, I could say this is what you got right here, A, B, and C, and they're going to help you out.
Yeah.
This day and age, I mean, you can go in there with anything that you're taking prescriptions for to begin with, and tell them that you want to try to find a pot alternative, and they will find you one for
Yeah,
sure.
and people are asking about dabs. They go, "Oh, you can't get them in the dispensary. You can get.
Oh, yeah,
them.
that's right. That's where you get the
Absolutely.
best ones.
That's where you get the ones you want to get.
Really?
That's where you get the name brand ones. Yeah, they're awesome at the dispensaries. That's where I got
So
the
it's
87
legit.
percenter.
Oh,
Yeah.
it's a legit. Every time I think every time we talk about that, people have a misconception about the dab. They do legit dabs at the dispensary.
I'm curious. So, can you say that the dispensary has everything you'd ever want, or do you
Yes.
feel like you're still like, oh, they've only got half of the stuff you would really
This
want?
day and age, they have it all. In fact, for you, probably the best would be the droplets. It's just it's a clear liquid. It has no flavor. You
Yeah.
put 2 droplets in,
Yeah.
and I would buy just a low percentage one.
Because you're just looking to take off the edge, Of,
edge.
of just
Yeah.
life,
Yeah.
the show,
Knock off
the
anxiety.
fan, just,
Yeah.
just the whole
Stress.
thing. The whole thing. I get
Yeah.
it.
Yeah, that's it.
So just do what I do. 3 Jamesons and no.
Although 1 shot and 1 rip is probably the choice. I would say the most ideal combination. you
Now
could
I would
get.
say this is probably not the podcast if you're struggling with addictions. because-
Definitely not. We're in the feel good company.
But he's not like a shot of whiskey and a.
I mean, I don't think there's a better combination.
That's when I want to write a rock opera.
Yes, yes.
Okay. It's fascinating stuff. Really is. All right, let me see. A couple other emails that we got here. Becky Priest with one on why some men have dogs and not wives. The later you are, the more excited your dogs are to see you. Dogs don't notice if you call them by another dog's name. Dogs like it if you leave a lot of things on the floor. A dog's parents never visit. Dogs agree that you have to raise your voice to get your point across. You never have to wait for a dog. They're ready to go 24 hours a day. It's true. Dogs find you amusing when you're drunk. A dog will not wake you up at night to ask, if I die, would you get another dog? If a dog has babies, you can put an ad in the paper and give them away. If a dog smells another dog on you, they don't get mad. They just think it's interesting. Dogs like to ride in the back of a pickup truck, and if a dog leaves, it won't take half of your stuff. It's true.
God, I love dogs.
Dogs are good, right?
They are, man. They're the best.
It's all you need. It's all you need. Yeah, there's a couple interesting things about dogs out today and the behaviors that we have. They say 44% of people admit that their dog climbs into bed every single night, even their cat, too.
Yeah.
A lot of people sleep with their pet.
Yeah, towards the end, I slept with Chewy every night on the floor. We'd make our own little bed. I would sleep with him every night.
Yeah, they were saying that they did sleep trackers and on the study, and they found that both the pet and the owner, they sleep better and have a better quality night of sleep.
Yeah, I think I did. I might have slept better with Chewy. I don't know.
There was something about it. And they thought that it would be the other way because, if anybody moves or whatever, that they would disturb the sleep of the other. But apparently just knowing that you got that safety blanket and companionship has some kind of odd effect in quality sleep. They say 22% of pet owners share their food at the dinner table with their pets. Surprised it's only 22%.
I didn't do it too much because Chewy had some medical issues.
He was like special needs.
But towards the end, when I knew it wasn't going to be, when I knew it was over for him, I would give him a little bit of pizza because I knew he liked that.
Aww.
Yeah, this is kind of depressing me.
Let's talk more about the days up until your dog's death.
No, it's not.
I thought this was kind of surprising, too. They say adding another dog to a lonely pooch can actually make their separation anxiety even worse.
Really?
You think, if you just got them a companion, that they'd be a lot better? But they found that barking, which is an indicator of separation anxiety, was more common in multi-dog households compared to single-dog households. They're probably like, get me the hell out of here. This other dog's crazy.
I do know if a dog ain't feeling their situation, if they are in a new environment, I've learned this the hard way watching people's dogs, they get anxiety and they will fuck everything up. They will shit, piss, eat,
Yeah, they
flick
do.
you off.
Yeah, they've studied that because dogs really do have. It sounds like they need some edibles.
I watched my
'Cause they got
buddy.
separation
They
anxiety.
do have pot for dogs. I've seen that.
Yeah.
They have Xanax for dogs. I know that.
Okay.
They the dog I watch. I ran to Publix for. I was gone 15 minutes, and I didn't want to leave the dog because just in case something was going to go down. That motherfucker ate my blinds within 10. Oh yeah. Fucked it up.
They'll show you.
But it was such a cute dog. Oh,
Yeah.
It really was. It was too sweet.
Yeah.
He ate your blonde.
You couldn't even get mad at it. I know it sucked. Don't get me wrong.
Yeah, they'll let you know. They say physical activity, which is another potential indicator that can lead to destructive behavior, was also higher in multi-dog households, especially in the first hour of separation. So for some reason, having multi-pooch homes increases a dog separation anxiety.
And
from you.
maybe what happens is one of them starts to flex a little bit more and like, they're gone, motherfucker. Yeah.
They left because of you.
Like in The Secret Life of Pets.
Yeah, they start messing with them.
Yeah.
They're gone because of you.
Well, that happens with humans. Is it that crazy to think there's not dick dogs out there?
Dog on dog bullying.
They told me they're never coming back.
Oh, that's
and it's all your fault.
Damn.
That's breaking my heart.
That is tough. So that's apparently what it is.
Engineer Key said, I bet Jaybird got Chewy high as fuck. No, I never fucked with that stuff. I wouldn't try to get Chewy high because Chewy can't consent to that.
Chewy could. I mean, he had
blind.
issues.
Yeah, I had Chewy had all kind of medicine for his blindness and stuff like that.
Okay. Yeah, I never enjoyed that look.
No, I'm not gonna blow
Yeah.
no. Hell no.
I got a nice email from Shauna. He said, I just had to reach out and let you guys know how much you're all helping me through the hardest time that I've ever dealt with. Life is weird, man. I'm struggling big time right now. So sorry to hear that. Says, feel like your family. We're good friends even. I've been listening to you guys since I was 11 and now 33. We old.
Just know this. I totally agree with you. Life is weird. You're not the only person to think that. It's fucking weird, man.
Yeah, honestly, everybody out there, if you're looking at somebody, you're looking at somebody that's struggling.
Absolutely.
But you will have ups and you will have downs, and that's just life.
Yep.
And if you're down, just keep the faith, because it's not going to be a place you live in forever.
But that does happen sometimes where you just sit around and go, man, life's fucking weird.
Yeah. Yeah, and you think you're alone, but you're not. So you at least got KVJ here for you.
Always.
Yes.
Always. All right, thank you guys for locking in today. We'll see you back here tomorrow.
Cleveland Clinic, Florida provides individualized treatment plans for excellent outcomes of health problems, ranging from the most common to the most complex, even in cases considered untreatable by others. Cleveland Clinic, Florida. Every life deserves world-class care.